A story from Luke chapter 16. There was a rich man who was dressed in purple and fine linen, who feasted sumptuously every day. And at his gate lay a poor man named Lazarus, covered with sores, who longed to satisfy his hunger with what fell from the rich man's table.
It looks so good.
Even the dogs would come and lick his sores.
I wonder if he'd let me have some too. Hey, Pastor Steve. Hey, Pastor Steve. Do you see me? Hello? Hello? Pastor Steve? Do you even see that I'm here? Okay. Somebody there? Pastor Steve? Right here, over behind your sparkling grape juice and your fancy pastry.
Hello?
Huh? Hey there, Pastor Steve. I'm right here. Maybe you didn't notice that I was here, but maybe you heard my voice. I'm right here. Did you seriously not notice that I was here? I've been here for a while there, Pastor Steve. Do you mind if I join you? Could we talk for a minute?
Well, yeah, please go ahead. Sit down, Al. My goodness, have you been here for a while and I didn't even notice how embarrassing. Well, I was deep in Bible study. You know how it is, that when I'm deeply reading a story, just so engrossed and I'm just so focused on, what's going on in the Bible, that sometimes I just don't notice other things going on around. I'm so sorry, Al. What did you want to talk about?
Seriously, there, Pastor Steve, you were so engrossed in your Bible story that you didn't notice me? You don't think there might have been some, like, I don't know, other distractions that maybe kept you from even noticing that, your friend was here?
Other distractions, Al? What do you mean?
No.
Oh. Do you mean like this stuff?
Yeah, maybe a little bit there, Pastor Steve. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but it kind of seems like I was invisible to you. And we've been friends for a long time, right? I mean, we've known each other for a long time, and I've been waiting there. I've been seeing you through the window, trying to get your attention. Then I came out, and it seemed like you didn't even recognize that I was here. And it didn't seem like it was really reading the Bible that was making the problem. It seemed like you just had so much stuff here that you were so, excited about your special pastry and your drinks and the lovely flowers. I mean, they're all lovely, but it seemed like, I don't know, seemed like they kept you from being able to see that I was here, and maybe that maybe we could spend some time together.
So you don't think that it was really the Bible that was keeping me from seeing you, but maybe I was so focused on all this fancy stuff I had that I didn't notice you. I feel so bad, Al.
Well, maybe, Pastor Steve. I mean, I'm glad you're reading the Bible. That's good. But, the thing is, if we're reading the Bible but not ever making the connection to actually in real life what's happening, or what the Bible might teach us about how we pay attention to the world around us, maybe reading the Bible by itself isn't enough. Maybe the Bible's here to help us pay attention in the world around us. And maybe sometimes the other stuff we have in our lives has a way of getting in the way of us really understanding what Jesus had to tell us in the Bible. Out of curiosity, Pastor Steve, what were you reading in the Bible this morning while you were having your coffee and your pastry and your fancy sparkling grape juice and whatnot?
What was I reading about? It's actually the Bible story for this Sunday. It's a story Jesus tells about two guys. There's a rich man who has like lots of fancy food and the finest stuff, and he's got a neighbor whose name is Lazarus, who doesn't have much food at all and is really poor and is sick, and he's left alone, and the rich man doesn't even pay attention to. Oh my goodness, Al, I didn't even realize it, but I've been acting just like the guy in Jesus' story who couldn't even see that there was a neighbor right around him that maybe he could have welcomed to his table. And I was acting just like that because I'd gotten all my fancy stuff. And it's not that these are bad things, but man, because I wasn't even thinking about there might be other people around that I could share them with, I wasn't even looking for you. It was like you were invisible to me. I'm so sorry, Al.
Well, you know what there, Pastor Steve, I think you're on to something there, too. Maybe in a roundabout way, you sort of got around to what the point of that story is that Jesus is telling that you were reading but weren't really paying attention to because, you know, the food was so good. Sometimes our stuff, our money, our wealth, our nice things, they're all lovely and fine, but sometimes they have a way of almost blocking out our vision so that we can't see other people around us. It makes other people like invisible to us, and it's almost like when your belly is full, you kind of forget what it's like to be hungry. And if somebody else is hungry, you sort of think, well, it doesn't bother me because I'm not hungry. And it can happen in real life. Sometimes we get so much nice stuff that we don't even see other people around us who God's put in our lives, who might be wonderful friends or neighbors, and maybe they have blessings that they can bring into our lives too if we welcome to our table as well. You know, I think you learned that just now. That it's not that having special treat is bad. It's not that having your morning cup of coffee and sitting out on your very nice back deck is bad. It just sometimes having all that stuff has a way of making it we don't even see the people around us who God's put in our lives. And well, I'm glad to be in your life, Pastor Steve. I'm just glad, you know, when you see me.
You know, Al, I'd rather have you as a friend in my life than all the extra yummy pastries in the world, and I feel so bad that I let these things get in the way that I didn't even pay attention to you. Sometimes, you know, we get in our own little world and we just don't even notice the needs of other people around us, or that we might get to have time with them or to enjoy their company and to get to be with them because we're so focused on having the nice things around us. And, you know, it doesn't have to be one or the other. I've got plenty of pastry. I don't have to pick just you or pastry. I could share it. Would you like to have some, Al? Would you like to sit with me and maybe we can enjoy this morning and you can have some pastry with me?
Well, that's awful nice of you, Pastor Steve. I sure do like pastry. It looks like you got a cherry turnover. Is that it?
Yeah, Al, here. How about you have some? I've got plenty. Oh,
well, that's awfully nice of you, Pastor Steve. Oh, thanks. I think I'd like to enjoy this time. And honestly, it just feels good to know that you see me. Thanks for letting us share this moment together, Pastor Steve.
I'm glad to share. You know, it tastes better when you've got somebody else with it. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to make sure I saw you, Al. Thanks for helping me make sure I understood what this is really all about, too.
Well, I guess I'll raise a glass to that. Here's to seeing other people and to being seen.